This time we'll be covering 10 of the scariest and most evil champions in League of Legends, so let's begin. There is also a new right points giveaway, so like, comment and subscribe if you want to win. Also you can share the video on social media. Number 10. Sion. Killed, transformed and revived as a killing machine monster. This guy is the Solomon Grundy of League of Legends. All he cares about is killing, and he's pretty damn scary and strong. Number 9. Kalista. The undying spirit of vengeance is pretty damn scary. She was betrayed and killed by Hecarim with a spear on her back, and that's why she comes after all the deceivers and the betrayers and kills them all in cold blood. She can be summoned, she can kill anyone that committed high treason, and she's the nightmare of the criminals. Number 8. Vel'Koz. Maybe the scariest monster from the void. Vel'Koz is very sadistic. He tortures and kills people. He burns their flesh while they're alive and tries to take out their organs while they're still alive as well. He's like the evil mad scientist of the void. Number 7. Hecarim. He was a monster before he was transformed. He's a monster now as well. Cruel even when alive. When everyone else died, he was cursed and transformed into this monstrosity of a combination of a human and a horse. His armor bound to his soul, and he became this immortal undead creature, bound to the Shadow Isles forever in an agonizing transformation, becoming a monster of fury and spite. Number 6. Fiddlesticks. There's not much known about him. It is said that it was summoned by a summoner, and that summoner was killed. He was trying to find a greater power and a great champion, and he was killed by Fiddlesticks, and they locked up the place. And afterwards many others came to the Institute of Justice and tried to control him, and they managed to, so that's why he is in the fields of justice. But there's not much background known about him, apart from he has a dark and mysterious past. Number 5. Aatrox. He's a legendary warrior and one of the remaining Darkins, a special species, something like gods of war. He is a demon with a magic blade. He is known to be a god of war, changing a lot of battles in the history and being summoned by great warriors to his side. And as he says, some fight for honor, some fight for glory. It matters only that you fight. Number 4. Nocturne. Same as Fiddlesticks, it's said that he was summoned by the summoners and that he killed everyone in his way and tormented everyone, and that he can create nightmares for the people he encounters. Some people never woke up, some people woke up screaming and didn't know what was reality and what was dream, and it was a while before he was finally captured. And there's a theory stating that Nocturne is a person's nightmare come to life, and if that's true, who is the dreamer? Number 3. Karthus. The living fear the eternity of undeath, but Karthus only sees beauty and purity in death. When he appeared in the Shadow Isles, he only wanted to bring the joy of death to the mortals and freeing them of living. He was raised in the slums of Noxus. His mother died when he was born, and his sisters died of disease. He wanted to learn more about death and watched people die, thinking that they will show something of it, but eventually came to the conclusion that mortals cannot show that, so he went to the Shadow Isles, where the Black Mist transformed him into what it is now. Number 2. Mordekaiser. All things must die, and yet I live on, says Mordekaiser. He's one of the most terrifying and hateful spirits haunting the Shadow Isles, and existed there for centuries, shielded from true death by necromantic sorcery and the force of his own dark will. Those who face Mordekaiser in battle risk the very horrific curse of being enslaved as his soul puppets, as instruments of destruction forever. He was once a mortal, a king who ruled the lands of Valoran before even Demacia and Noxus existed. He was hated and feared, and his enemies finally rallied to end his life. He met his fate standing atop a mountain of corpses, surrounded by his foes. He laughed even when he died, pierced by arrows, swords and spears. promising that he will come back and kill everyone that opposed him. His body was then burned. For days it stood in the fire, but it only blackened his armor and scattered his flesh, remaining only the bones. But after the fire stopped, sorcerers came and took his armor and bones and revived him. The bones disappeared and the armor remained, filled with a wrath formed of pure darkness, yet with burning eyes of malice. Over the next decades he slain everyone that wanted to kill him, or actually kill him, and he cursed their souls into eternal servitude. Unlike the rest, he's not bound to the Black Mist or to the Shadow Isles. He is free to go everywhere he wants, but for now he stays there, building his army and stealing souls for his empire. And number 1. Thresh, the Chain Warden. Probably the most evil and most sadistic champion from League of Legends. He was evil before he was transformed, he is evil now. A torturer whose only purpose is to torment mortals and their spirits. His victims not only suffer death, but also the eternal agony of being stuck in his lantern forever. As a man, he explored ways to torment and torture living mortals from a dark book in a temple, and when the temple was destroyed and everyone else got killed and transformed into undead, he rose from the cataclysm as a spectral abomination. But unlike the rest, he did not